Heejin shines every era, she's so talented and can do pretty much anything flawlessly. But the 12 o'clock era is something else. To be honest, her era could also have been the An era, because her blonde hair in PTT was everything. But she stole the show for me, and why not? She has lots of lines, lots of screen time and center time. What's interesting is that she got vocal parts, but also rap parts. She was able to demonstrate all of her talent in one song. And of course she's a great performer. This kind of dance is actually my favorite for her. She also became quite famous for her muscular arms in this era. This was so funny. Butterfly and XX in general is absolutely not a bad era for Heejin, or for any member, to be honest. XX is literally the best Loona era ever in my opinion. They released their best title track. The MV is so important and meaningful. They were happy and busy, gained a lot of fans. It was quite perfect. Yet, it's Heejin's worst era, just because she is in the spotlight a lot in every other title tracks, but a little less in Butterfly. Don't get me wrong, she has a lot of lines, center times in the choreography, etc. But Butterfly is so fair that all the girls seem to shine pretty much the same. The choreography gives a little moment to every member, it's their best line distribution. So, it's not at all a bad era for Heejin, but the one she's a little less pushed to the front. I'm not happy with how difficult it was to find an era where Hyunjin could shine and showcase her abilities. It did not happen enough for me, her talent is being wasted so much. But LOOPΔ finally gave her a little more spotlight. The concept fits her pretty well, she's so elegant. Her voice fits the song nicely and her smile during the performances was to die for. It looked like she had lots of fun performing LOOPΔ. Her improvement from Loona's debut is amazing, and I love the confidence on stage she gained during the years. What I don't understand is the difference between her role in Loona 1/3 and her role in this debut. She was treated fairly in Loona 1/3, but of course they were only 4 members. Hyunjin's talent go underappreciated a lot in the OT12 group, and it was like that for a long time. It was a little better for and LOOPΔ, but the rest of the time she wasn't really given a time to shine. And it's not only in the title tracks, she also has very little lines in B-sides, which is sad considering how beautiful her voice is. Hi is definitely the worst, she has one line and that's it. It's a shame, because her voice fits the song pretty well. Of course, Butterfly is her era. The bob hairstyle was amazing. I remember when we were all trying to figure out from the teaser who was the girl with short hair. And we all freaked out when we find out it was Haseul. It felt so good to finally hear her on the songs. The way she was treated in the ++ album was criminal, with her voice. Finally, the XX album gave her an opportunity to showcase her amazing vocal qualities. Songs like Colors, Satellite, Where You At, gave her some good and memorable lines. And she never stopped improving since then. More than that, I think XX gave Haseul the opportunity to show us how good of a leader she is. She's just like a mother for the other girls. We can feel her love for them just by the way she's acting around the members. One word. One. Otoke. How is that even possible? BBC give her a solo showcasing her godlike and opera-trained vocals, treat her like a main vocalist in the 1/3 subunit, and then forget about her in the official OT12 debut? What happened? It's still a mystery to me. What's even worse is that she fits Hi's concept so well. And she still has so much fun performing this song on stage. I love Hi from the bottom of my heart, but I will always be mad and sad about the line distribution, and how they changed the original choreography. The original one was so much better for the girls, with all the subunits coming in one by one and having a moment to shine. Yeojin for me is the best at cute and fresh concepts, along with Chuu. We had the proof with Kokomon, Yummy Yummy and Yum Yum, where she was absolutely perfect. She is the embodiment of cute, happy, bright concepts. So why isn't Plus Plus and Hi her best era? Because she was treated way better as a singer in LOOPΔ. First of all, her evolution since Hi is phenomenal. She's much more confident. She was given more lines in LOOPΔ, and her voice fits the song so well. She also shines so much on stage. This era gave us her best outfit ever, the marine one. She really stole the show that day. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Yeojin got some lines in, so what, but somehow she couldn't stand out in my opinion. She kinda blended with the rest of the members. I think she learned to fit the concept, and thanks to this era she can now do pretty much anything. For me, that's the moment her dancing abilities really improved a lot, but unfortunately she was put in the background so much that we couldn't really see it. I still think she got some confidence out of this era, which is good. Finally, Vivi got some lines and good screen time. And she ate. It's still not perfect, but this was such a huge improvement, especially comparing it to So What. So it was a win for us. It could have been way better for the other songs on the album unfortunately. But Star and Voice had really good line distributions. Her orange hair is iconic. Like, she looked so grown up all of a sudden this era. She had great outfits and shined a lot on stage. It felt so good to finally be able to truly see her. Do I even have to explain why Hash is Vivi's worst era? She literally became famous for not having any lines. She said, "Hey," and shared 3 words with Hyunjin, that was it. BBC tricked us with the teaser for So What. They made it look like Vivi was finally going to be put in the spotlight a little bit. She looked so badass and kind of like the main character. And then the MV dropped. Yeah, she has some okay screen time in the MV I guess, but she's not doing anything, not even dancing, of course not singing since she hasn't got any lines, and it's mostly close-ups shots of her face. She was done so dirty. It's like they forgot about her this era. She wasn't used in the songs on the albums, only the little rap part in Oh Yes I Am was a little better. She was put mostly in the back of the formations for the choreography. She doesn't shine on stage because they didn't give her any way to be in the spotlight even a little bit. I truly believe Vivi's underrated by her own company, but what did we expect from BBC? PTT was so good for the Odd Eye Circle members. They used the girls, their power and their aesthetic so well in the MV. It was the return of the odd eyes which felt like the lore was really strong and alive. Kim Lip being back in the Eclipse outfit with her iconic blonde hair for the MV was amazing. She got many memorable lines in PTT, and has of course really good lines on the B-sides too. Her voice is heavenly, and they used it well on every song. When I think about PTT, she's the first one that comes to my mind. It was hard choosing a worst era for Kim Lip. Her talent is always on display and she is really versatile. I don't think Butterfly was a bad era for her. This is just like for Heejin, she simply wasn't in the spotlight so much. Thanks to how fair this song was for every member, but Kim Lip still had a lot of center time. Just like Kim Lip, I feel like since Odd Eye Circle was so well utilized in PTT, Jinsoul got to shine a lot. Her blue hair is so iconic, she looked absolutely amazing. Her lines are memorable, especially the "We're curious and we're devilish so don't mess with us, it's so badass." She could demonstrate her rap skills, but also her amazing vocals. I love when the girls are able to do both in one song. Jinsoul had great facial expressions on stage. It was always fun to watch one of her fan cam. Butterfly is the concept Jinsoul fits the least in my opinion. She didn't do bad by any means, but she slightly fell into the background, a little more than Heejin or Kim Lip. I think it's one of the only songs where she did not really get memorable lines. Still, she's very elegant and portrayed the vibes of the song very well. It was just not her turn to be in the spotlight for this comeback. Butterfly could have been Choerry's era, thanks to the purple hair in her rap part with Gowon, but she really shined for me in LOOPΔ. It may not be the title track where she has the most lines, but her bright energy fits the concept so well. It was so fun seeing her smiling so big on stage in every performance. She just looked so happy this era. I think Choerry improved so much in terms of stage presence. She is very versatile and can do any concept. But I feel like LOOPΔ allowed her to be herself on stage, and that was just perfect. Choerry's also a member whose talent is underappreciated a lot. In So What they could have used her amazing dancing skills, but unfortunately they didn't. So what was peculiar for Choerry? They tried the twin concept with Hyunjin, but somehow that was not enough. And they both kinda blended in the background. I wish they had given them some shared lines and a duo moment in the choreography, for example. But because of that, Choerry has no solo shot in the MV. She did not get a lot of lines either. Her short hair was everything. She radiated heat, power and strength this era. This is truly the best kind of concept for her, just like PTT. But she can do pretty much anything, let's be honest. She took the leader role during Haseul's hiatus and she did so well. It must have been a lot of pressure on her, but she managed to be just like a big sister to all the members. That was a really good era for her in general. flip that isn't really a bad era for Yves. She has great lines, looked amazing with her red hair and is of course a great performer. But we all know that cute/summery concepts are not Yves' favorite things, as she said it herself. She's more of a badass and powerful girl, and that's okay. She's still versatile enough to pull off flip that's concept. What's funny to me is how they dyed her hair red for Pose during Queendom 2, which is such a badass concept, a girl crush and powerful song, and the red hair was perfect for that. But then they came back with LOOPΔ, and that same red hair had to be used in a cute and more feminine way. Hi Hi is Chuu's song, for real. First of all, she looked adorable with her signature pigtails hairstyle. People fell in love with her so hard thanks to this debut. Her high note is legendary and so iconic, the concept was literally made for her and fits her so well. Her voice is perfect for the song, powerful yet sweet. It was impossible for me to take my eyes off her during performances. She was always smiling so big and we could feel how much she loved being there. I think she's the member who was the most comfortable in front of the cameras during the debut. And her young and cute confidence was refreshing. She's clearly in her element in cuter stuff. Once again, not really a bad era for her, but maybe the concept she fits the least. I feel like some of her lines doesn't really suit her and her voice, like the rap part. However, she owned the second part of the bridge. And she still did very well. It was fun seeing her being a little more badass, a little less cute. We're so used to see her with this bright smile and high energy. But she had great facial expressions for so what. Finally, some real lines and good screen time for Gowon in a title track and MV. She fits this concept so well, she looked stunning with this hair color. On stage, she shined a lot and had good center times, finally. This era was a really happy one. The only problem, once again, is how she was treated for the B-sides. Except for playback, she doesn't have that much lines. It was better in the "and" era, but PTT was just so bad for her that I couldn't put it in best era. The 12 o'clock era had so much potential and could have been so big for Gowon, what a missed opportunity. When they dyed her hair blue, everybody was freaking out. She was standing out so much and we thought she would finally be in the spotlight a little bit. How wrong we were. I don't even understand how it's possible to have this little screen time in an MV. We do not see Gowon at all. She's even hidden by the blue smoke. She also has no lines. Like, come on, she can definitely rap and has no rap line in a rap-oriented song. It's really a shame, especially because she seems to have a very important role in the Loonaverse and we see that in the MV in the scene where she floats above the earth. But it's like BBC forgot about her once again. PTT in the "and" era could also have been her worst era in my opinion, because she also has no line in the title track. She's supposed to have lines shared with Vivi, but if I'm being honest, I can only hear Vivi's voice. And her only solo screen times are all blurred. But she has some great lines on the other songs from the "and" album, You're, wow, a different night, so that's better. I could have chosen the "and" era for Olivia, but she stood out the most to me and why not? Her parts are iconic, the rap part, yes, but also the "let's burn it up." Her high ponytail really suited her face, and her outfits were always so nice. She looked like she had lots of fun on stage performing. Why not? It's always fun seeing the members enjoying themselves. She had perfect facial expressions for the song. On the 12 O'Clock album, they tried heavy rap songs, like Oops and Hide and Seek, which fit Olivia really well in my opinion. I think this album was a great opportunity to improve for her. It was so hard to choose a bad era for Olivia. I don't think Plus Plus was a bad era for her. She was just really young and still kind of shy in front of the cameras. She could only do better in the following eras. She managed to fit the concept and pull it off really well. But we all know she's much more comfortable in a more girl crush / powerful concept. She has grown a lot. The difference between Hi Hi and LOOPΔ is phenomenal.